Hello everybody, this is Cartoon Mark here for a video on Prismacolor art sticks versus pastels for coloring caricature. Here I have two examples. I'll tell you the pros and cons of each and what I was doing and what I want to stick with. So here on the you'll notice there's two different size papers I use. There's a reason for that, and I'll get into that, okay? First, let's start with the pastels, okay? This one on the right is done with pastel, okay? So this one, so I'm talking about live event caricatures. So the good part of using the pastels for me is it's kind of quick. I use a rag. Okay, like a white rag. This is a paper towel. This is the rag that I usually use. But I'll show you that. This is the rag I use. Okay. So I literally rub the pastel. So this is what they look like. The good part about pastels is they're affordable. You can get them anywhere, and they're quick. You can use them really quick. Okay, they go on pretty fast. So here's how I do it. You know, here's what mine look like currently. Here's the flesh color. I would rub the flesh color, and we'll do it right now just to show you. So the bad part is they get dusty, okay? See, so you can saturate it even more. The bad part is they do get dusty, okay? And that's not always good. Yeah, I can even come in and do some more. Go round and round with them. Usually go in circles. The bad part is doing big areas like the sky isn't conducive to rubbing with your rag. It's more like you gotta use the block itself and do that. So it tends to get a little streaky. It tends to leave some lines. And the other bad part about the pastels for caricatures, getting into tight spots like the eyes and the lips, you'd have to use the corner or really sharpen it. So, and the other downside is it doesn't saturate as well, I don't think, like the Prismacolor art sticks do. So that's the pastels. The very bad part about pastels, which is why I don't think I'm going to be using them live anymore, is the warning on the back. This product can expose you to chemicals including titanium dioxide, which is known in the state of California to cause cancer. Well, we're not in California. We're in New York, but, you know, I'm not going to take any chances. So they're probably a no for me for long-term use. If I was in a bind and I couldn't get color sticks, or we'll talk about that, or find my color sticks or forgot to bring them, I would use the pastels. Okay, let's move on to the Prismacolor art sticks. I'll show you what they look like on a finished drawing, and I'll show you what they actually look like. Let me adjust you here. Okay. This is obviously a little more saturated, okay? And the difference in that other paper and this paper is not only the size. This is very smooth. I use this because I used to work the fairs and the carnivals, and that's what the company used, 12 by 18. You get it very cheap on Amazon. It's a little flimsy, but I use, this is 11 by 14 sketchbook paper. Very important what you use for these color sticks. Very important. That's what I figured out. This is what I use, 11 by 14, 60-pound paper grit. So what I'm saying is it has more of a tooth to it. We'll show you what they look like. These are two boxes I have. Not sure if they're making them anymore. Drop a comment if you guys know if they're making these anymore. if they aren't, I actually I bought up a bunch of them when I heard they were going out of business. So I have 2 more over there. But they also make Neo colors. Neo colors are very similar, and some people like them even better. So these are just basically a woodless colored pencil. They're very hard. I'm going to show you the ones in my easel I've had for 2 to 3 years, and I'm still using them. This is my easel. This is what 2 to 3 years. I have a little divider here. 2 to 3 years look like. They do get down small, and obviously the flesh color ones, you use up a lot more. I have lights and darks. I keep them separated, so it makes coloring a lot easier. And you can just grab a light or a dark, you know where you're at. So the good thing about these is they look great. And you can do layers and layers and layers to really get the saturation, which I did here. I did a few layers like of the shadows. The other good thing is you can get in tight spots, whereas the pastel, you really can't. See how sharp you can get these? I can get right in there in those eyes or the lips, you know, and do those fine details. And it's always get a lot of questions on them while I'm out at live events. The other good thing is doing big areas like the clouds or the sky. I mean, look, I can even hit this more and saturate it more. The whole stick covers the area, whereas the pastels, it's just going to make a mess, okay? See, I'm kind of light now, but you got to push really hard on these. So here's a dull spot. You just fill that in if you missed it. Other thing, you can go right up to your lines with it, and you're not going to interfere with the coloring of the hair or the skin. Go right over it, okay? Other good thing with the names, go right over it, and it's not going to change that background color of the name color, is what I'm saying. You don't have to go in between letters. Just go right over it, and you're good, okay? The bad thing about these is if you... Like here's a little line here, not too much of a line. They leave lines or streaks if you press down on the corner. So you got to be aware of that, and you always got to be turning your paper to avoid that. So the general direction with these is this direction. You want to color like this. If you start going like this, you're going to leave lines and streaks, and that's the biggest problem and the biggest habit I had to figure out. So that's it. Again, the other bad thing, these are very pricey. Very pricey, but well worth it. And the black goes quick, because my events are usually just black and white caricatures, but lately I've been stepping up my game and really trying to offer color caricatures, but it does slow down the process. So I also have a Prismacolor black colored pencil as well. And you gotta, they don't erase very well. You can if you like lift off. You want to like lift the pigment off if you make a mistake. You don't want to like grind it in. So you can, like if you want to do that highlight on the nose, just lift it off and see, it does a pretty decent job. That's my thoughts on pastels versus the color sticks. I'm going to stay with the color sticks, although the pastels do okay. And they are kind of quick, but they're not as user-friendly. They're dusty. You would have to spray down you would have to spray down your drawing. Here's a pastel, another pastel. Okay, so kind of chalky looking, kind of spotty. You got to leave your highlights, and when you leave highlights with the Prismacolor art stick, it just seems like the forehead, the tip of the nose, and a little bit of the chin, it just seems to flow better for me. Either is fine, but for me, for the ease of use, I'm sticking with the color sticks, and you'll find most caricature artists use the color sticks. I work with a lot of guys who use like a water-based paint with a brush. So, but me, I like the color sticks. I hope this helped you. Leave some comments. Love to hear your thoughts on this. All right, guys, have a good day. See ya. Bye.